For a long time, humanity was recognized throughout the galaxy as an organism committed to diplomacy and peace. Whereas other civilizations may clash or use conquest to gain power, humanity had established its reputation based on its capacity to arbitrate conflicts, broker partnerships, and uphold stability. Their strategy was one of collaboration and mutual respect. This earned them a position of high regard among the galaxy's species. For centuries, humans grew throughout the stars, creating colonies on other worlds. These colonies prospered, not through dominance, but by forming strong connections with nearby species. Cultural contacts flourished due to trade, strengthening bonds and creating an alliance network that highlighted humanity's dedication to harmony. Other species regarded humans as reasonable, fair, and a stabilizing force in a galaxy often filled with tension. Human leaders were coveted for their wisdom, and their diplomats were often the key to resolving conflicts. However, this respect was not universal. The Ving Interstellar Empire challenged humanity's ideals. Their fear did not stem from humanity's power, but rather from a sincere appreciation of their self-control and their faith in dialogue over war. During this period, the galaxy experienced relative peace, often with humanity at the forefront of initiatives to preserve harmony between species. But this peaceful era was disrupted when an alien empire, different from any humanity had previously encountered, emerged. This empire operated under principles of conquest and persecution, incorporating weaker civilizations into its fold and exploiting their resources. They saw humanity not as a potential ally, but as an asset to be seized, a stepping stone to further expansion. The empire's leaders viewed humanity's peaceful nature as a weakness, an innocence to be exploited. They believed humans, so accustomed to diplomacy and negotiation, would be easily subdued in the face of overwhelming force. This arrogance led to a fateful decision. In a sudden and brutal maneuver, the Empire attacked a distant human colony. Thousands of colonists were abducted, enslaved, and removed from their homes, forced into the harsh conditions of alien labor camps. The assault was swift and vicious, leaving the colony defenseless and unable to call for help. News of the kidnapping spread quickly, sending shockwaves through human colonies and returning to Earth. Initially, the response was disbelief. Humanity, so accustomed to resolving disputes through peaceful means, struggled to comprehend the magnitude of this atrocity. This was not just an attack on a far-off colony, it was an attack on all of humanity, on their values, justice, and peace. As the galaxy watched, humanity faced a critical moment. Their leaders pursued diplomatic avenues, transmitting urgent communications to the alien empire. They requested the immediate release of the enslaved colonists and demanded reparations. Humanity hoped their reputation for impartiality and their track record of resolving disputes would prevail. But as hours turned to days and days to weeks, it became clear the empire had no intention of negotiating. Their response was one of contempt. They dismissed humanity's pleas as the objections of a lesser species, asserting that their actions were justified and that humanity would capitulate rather than confront a more powerful foe. This dismissal was a grave miscalculation. The shock of the attack gave way to a smoldering rage that began at the edges of human civilization and spread rapidly. Humanity, once devoted to peace, now faced an enemy that only understood strength. This was no longer a matter of diplomacy. It was a fight for justice, for their people, and for their very identity. When peaceful efforts failed, humanity resolved to take action. Factories that once produced civilian goods now manufactured weapons of war. High-tech warships, long held in reserve, were armed and mobilized. The galaxy watched as humanity transformed. The species known for diplomacy became a force of righteous determination. The initial strikes against the alien empire were swift and precise. Human fleets, equipped with advanced stealth technology, evaded detection and dismantled the empires. Defenses. Orbital platforms once deemed impregnable were reduced to rubble, and remote garrisons that had thrived on conquest were overwhelmed. Each strike was a calculated blow, designed to send an unambiguous message. Humanity would no longer tolerate aggression or injustice. The galaxy, once viewing humans as peacekeepers, now saw them as a force to be reckoned with. The alien empire, so confident in its superiority, was now facing a foe driven not just by vengeance, but by an unyielding commitment to justice. As human forces advanced, they liberated their enslaved colonists. These reunions were bittersweet, marked by joy, but also by the scars of suffering. Each rescue reignited the fires of determination within humanity, solidifying their resolve to ensure such atrocities would never happen again. The galaxy, watching from the sidelines, realized the depth of humanity's transformation. The species that had once upheld peace had become a storm of retribution. Their anger, once restrained, now shook the foundations of the stars. Humanity's military campaign was relentless, combining precision with overwhelming force. The Empire's fortifications crumbled and its fleets were annihilated. Entire worlds that once symbolized imperial dominance were reduced to ashes. The message was clear. Humanity's patience had limits, and its wrath was unparalleled. The galaxy would never again underestimate the quiet strength of a species that valued peace, but could wield war with devastating efficiency when provoked. People such as this, uncompromising, relentless, and completely merciless in their quest for justice, had a profound psychological effect on the galaxy. The species that had formerly regarded humanity as allies began to withdraw. The alien empire, once dominant, started to move away, afraid of being targeted. Neutral creatures, observing humanity's anger and the battles that ensued, rushed to establish diplomatic channels with Earth in an effort to prevent future disputes. The galaxy's dynamics were now shifting. Humanity was becoming a dominant force, not through conquest, but through utter, overwhelming vengeance. It was obvious that humanity did not seek conflict, but if they were forced into one, they would end it definitively. The alien empire, now fully aware of the gravity of their miscalculation, scrambled to protect their core worlds. Their initial arrogance, which had led them to reject humanity's demands, was now replaced by desperation. In their final attempt to halt humanity's progress, the Empire recalled fleets from distant sectors and recruited every soldier available. But it was too late. The Empire's leadership, once so confident in their power, now faced the reality that they had awakened a force far beyond their control. Strategic mistakes had led to this war, and now the Empire's core, once a symbol of strength, was becoming the focal point of its downfall. Human fleets advanced relentlessly, encircling the Empire's remaining strongholds with such precision that escape was impossible. The people of the Empire, once living under the watchful eye of a powerful regime, now faced the terrifying prospect of total annihilation. The fear that gripped the Empire's citizens was matched only by the dread within its leadership, who knew they had provoked a species capable of unthinkable devastation. The Empire launched retaliatory attacks in desperation, but these were easily repelled. Their once mighty fleets, now a fraction of their former strength, became symbols of their fear. Propaganda broadcasts, intended to rally their people, instead revealed their apprehension of humanity's unstoppable advance. The final cost of humanity's fury was unlike anything the galaxy had ever witnessed. What began as a mission to liberate their people had evolved into a movement of total vengeance. Human ships readied for the final assault on the Empire's central worlds, while the galaxy watched with bated breath, fully aware that the power dynamics had been irrevocably changed. Once regarded as peaceful diplomats, humanity had shown they were capable of unimaginable destruction. The Empire, desperate and cornered, made its last stand. The capital, once the jewel of the Empire's strength, was surrounded and under siege. Human forces tore through its defenses with advanced weaponry, leaving a trail of fire and devastation. The skies above the capital were filled with the debris of fallen ships, and the ground trembled under the weight of every strike. In the Emperor's throne room, the final confrontation unfolded. Surrounded by his most loyal guards, the Emperor made his last stand. But humanity, fueled by righteous anger and an unyielding sense of justice, breached the barriers with brutal efficiency. The Emperor, who once wielded absolute authority, was now powerless before the humans he had wronged. The Emperor's capture or death marked the end of the war. The Empire's capital, once a beacon of dominance, lay in ruins, a stark testament to the consequences of provoking humanity. The structures that symbolized the Empire's supremacy were reduced to smoldering rubble, serving as a warning to anyone who might challenge humanity in the future. As the dust settled, the galaxy began to comprehend the full scope of the battle's aftermath. The once mighty Empire had been shattered, its territories descending into chaos, or liberated by humanity's advance. The Emperor's fall sent shockwaves throughout the galaxy, silencing those who had underestimated humanity's power. The war had changed humanity as well. Once known for their diplomacy and peacekeeping, humans were now recognized as one of the galaxy's most formidable forces. The responsibility of this newfound power weighed heavily on them. They stood at a crossroads, tasked with balancing their strength with their commitment to stability and collaboration. Other species, both allies and former foes, cautiously sought alliances with humanity, recognizing the need to align with this rising power. The galaxy, still trembling in the wake of humanity's wrath, understood that any misstep could lead to similar devastation. Though victorious, humanity was left to grapple with the cost of their actions. The destruction they wrought had reshaped the galaxy, leaving behind a trail of devastation and an enduring reminder of their fury. But with this power came an opportunity, a chance to use their strength for good, to build a future of peace and stability.